Alright guys, so in this week's episode of Julie's Playbook, we're going to be talking about James Conner. He's out. What does that mean for the Steelers? Mike McCarthy, fired. What's next for the Packers? And what two receivers might not suit up this week for the Steelers? All that and more when Julie's Playbook starts now. Alright guys, so the first topic we have to talk about is James Conner. Last week versus the Chargers, he went down with an ankle injury. This week versus the Raiders, it's been rolled an ankle sprain and he is held out. So what does that mean? Stephen Ridley and rookie Jalen Samuels are going to have to step up. The Steelers did activate Trey Edmonds from the practice squad. Edmonds, yes, that is a familiar last name for the Steelers. He is the older brother to this year's first-round draft pick, Terrell Edmonds. I look for all three of those guys to take their fair share of reps because I don't think any one of them are ready for the amount of reps James Conner takes. Alright guys, so the next topic we have to talk about, unfortunately, is Kareem Hunt. There was a video released from TMZ of him assaulting a woman. And man, if you look at that video, it is pretty graphic. It's just not okay on any level. So the Chiefs thought the same way I do. They released him. Next, Kareem Hunt's removed from Madden 19. And I just think this might be the end of Kareem Hunt's career. Although there are a couple teams looking at him, I don't know how many teams are okay with that amount of baggage. And man, Kareem Hunt, what were you thinking? This just is not okay on any level. Alright guys, so the next topic we have to talk about is Mike McCarthy. After 3 straight losses, Mason Crosby's missed kick kicked Mike McCarthy right out of the NFL. I think that was kind of a bold move on the Packers' part, but after a less than impressive season, they are looking for a new head coach. In the meantime, Joe Philbin will step in. However, Mike McCarthy's assistant coach Winston Moss was fired as well over a tweet that said, "Ponder this, what championship teams have are great leadership, period. It's not the offensive guru trend. It's not the safe trend. Find somebody that's going to hold the number 12 and everybody in this building to a hashtag Lombardi standard, period, hashtag losing sucks." Shortly after that, the Packers released him, and well, he tweeted out, "Packers have informed me that I was just let go. Hashtag thanks Twitter." Don't thank Twitter. You shouldn't have sent it out in the first place. That was a stupid move by the assistant coach's part, and he deserves to be fired. Mike McCarthy, I'm still not sold that he should have been fired. Alright guys, so the next topic we have to talk about is Kelvin Benjamin. After his time with the Panthers, he was sent to the Bills. This year, it hasn't been that great for Benjamin. He only has 23 catches for 354 yards and only 1 touchdown. The Bills weren't impressed with him, so they cut him. I don't know what this means for Benjamin, but I don't think there's much time left on Kelvin Benjamin's NFL clock. Alright guys, so the next topic we have to talk about is Philip Lindsay. The undrafted free agent came to the Broncos and sure made a name for himself. He's lighting things up with 154 carries, 937 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He's an undrafted free agent, like I said, and he still lives at home with his parents. He said he's trying to just save some money since he was undrafted, and maybe when he gets that big contract, he will move out on his own, but I'm sure he will let his parents live in luxury. Him, along with Giants' Saquon Barkley and Browns' Baker Mayfield, one of those three is a surefire win for Rookie of the Year this year. Alright guys, so the next topic we have to talk about is Ryan Switzer and Justin Hunter. Ryan Switzer was the victim of a nasty hit last week versus the Chargers. He's in concussion protocol. He has yet to practice in full, so there's no word if he will play Sunday. However, Justin Hunter, he had that missed touchdown catch and came up holding his arm. It happened to be a shoulder injury that landed him on IR. So what does that mean? We do have a spot open for a receiver. Going back a couple stories in this episode, could Kelvin Benjamin fit with the Steelers? He is a tall body like Ben Roethlisberger likes. That remains to be seen. Alright guys, so that does it for this week's episode of Julie's Playbook. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. And of course, if you want to play DraftKings, that's at JGurnick9. But until next week, that's a wrap.